यमुना तीरावनचारि यमुना तीरा यमुना तीरावनचारि यमुना तीरा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरावनचारि यमुना तीरावनचारि हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Jayo Gandharvika Giridhari Gaura Hari, Gandharvika Giridhari Gaura Hari, Jai Lakshmi Narasimha Jai Ananta Dev, Lakshmi Narasimha Jai Ananta Dev, Jai Gauranitai, 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 Jai Gauranitai. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Jai Jai Gurudev, Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev. Shrinam Sankirtan ki, Telugu Dharma Harinam Prabhu ki, Nama Mahavadanya Avtar Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nanda Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. So we are discussing from Canto 5, chapter number 1, shloka number 22. Hare Krishna. Manur api pare naivam prati sandhita manoratha surarshi. 22 भेजा. $22 na? Here it is 23. I didn't set board. So you can open in your phone, Canto number 5th, chapter number 1, shloka number 22. You wrote. Shall we recite together? Manur api pare naivam prati shandhita manoratha Surarshi Varananumate Majam Akhila Dhara Mandala. स्थिति गुप्तया अष्टाप्या स्वयं अति विस्म विषया विषजलाशयस्य उपरराम मनुरपि परेणैवं प्रतिषन्धिता मनोरथा सूरर्षि वर्णानुमतेन मजम् अखिला धरामण्डला स्थिता गुप्तया अष्टापया स्वयं अतिविस्म विषया विषजलस जलसायास यासय उपरमा Anybody repeat?
मनोरपि परनैवं प्रति संधिता मनोरथः सुरधीवरनुमातन ध्वजम् अखिलाधरा मण्डला स्थिति गुप्तया अस्थाप्य स्वयमति विषया जलाशयासाया उपरराम
Anyone? Dhara. Any Mataji? Word to word meaning. Manu, Swayambhu Manu, Api, also, Parena, by Lord Brahma, Evam, thus, Pratisandhita, executed, Manaratha, his mental aspiration, Sura Rishi Vara, of the great sage Narada, Anumatena, by the permission, Atmajam, his son, Akhila, of the entire universe, Dharamandala, of planets, Sthiti, maintenance, Guptaye, for the protection, Asthapya, establishing, Swayam, personally, Ati Vishama, very dangerous, Vishaya, material affairs, Visha, of poison, Jala Ashaya, ocean, Ashyaha, from desires, Upar Rama, got relief. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki. So kindly repeat translation. Swayambhu Manu, with the assistance of Lord Brahma, thus fulfilled his desires. With the permission of great sage Narada, he delivered to his son the governmental responsibility for maintaining and protecting all the planets of universe. He thus achieved relief from the most dangerous, poisonous ocean of material desires. Purport. So purport is quite long but very important. So you try to follow on your phone. Swayambhu Manu was practically hopeless because such a great personality as Narada was instructing his son Priyavrata not to accept household life. Now he was very pleased that Lord Brahma has interfered by inducing his son to accept the responsibility for ruling the government of the universe. From Bhagavad Gita we get information that Vaishvata Manu was the son of the sun god and that his son Maharaj Ikshvaku ruled this planet Earth. Swayambhu Manu, however, appears to have been in charge of entire universe and he entrusted to his son Priyavrata the responsibility for maintaining and protecting all the planetary systems. Dharamandala means planet. This earth, for instance, is called Dharamandala Akhila, however, means all universal. It is therefore difficult to understand where Maharaj Priyavat was situated, but from this literature his position certainly appears greater than that of the Vaishvasta Manu, for he was entrusted with all the planetary system of the entire universe. Another significant statement is that Swayambhu Manu took great satisfaction from abnegating the responsibility for ruling all the planetary system of the universe. At present, politicians are very eager to take charge of the government and they engage their men in canvassing from door to door to get votes to win the post of president or similar exalted office. On the contrary, however, herein we find that King Priyavrat had to persuaded by Lord Brahma to accept the post of emperor of the entire universe. Similarly, his father Swayambhu Manu felt relieved to entrust the universal government to Priyavrat. Thus, it is evident that the kings and executive heads of government in the Vedic age never accepted their position for sense enjoyment. Such exalted kings, who were known as Rajashris, ruled only to maintain and protect the kingdom for the welfare of the citizens. The history of Priyavrat and Swayambhu Manu describes how exemplary, responsible monarchs perform the duties of the government with disinterest, keeping themselves always aloof from the contamination of material attachment. Material affairs have herein been compared to an ocean of poison. They have been described in a similar way by Shri Narottam Das Thakur in one of his songs. Samsara Vishanale Diva Nishihiya Jwale Judaitana Kaina Upaye. My heart is always burning in the fire of material existence, and I have made no provisions for getting out of it. Golokira Premadan Harinam Sankirtan Ratina Janmila Kenatai. The only remedy is Harinam Sankirtan, the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is imported from the spiritual world, Goloka, Vrindavan. How fortunate I am that I have no attraction for this. Manu wanted to seek shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, and therefore when his son Priyavat took charge of his worldly affairs, Manu was very relieved. That is the system of Vedic civilization. At the end of life, one must be free from worldly affairs and completely engage in the service of the Lord. The word Sura Rishi Vara Anumatena is also significant. Manu entrusted the government to his son with the permission of the great saint Narada. This is particularly mentioned because although Narada wanted Priyavat to become free from all material affairs, when Priyavat took charge of the universe by the request of Brahma and Manu, Narada was also very pleased. Srila Prabhupada ki Om Ajnana Trimandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुधापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादा सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हुकुम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं। हरि ओम तत्सत्। श्री प्रभात की जय। Hare Krishna. So we welcome you all for this morning for Srimad Bhagavatam. First of all, I'd like to seek blessing from all the great Vaishnavas here. There are so many senior devotees here, so I seek blessings so that we can understand and I can speak something on this very important subject, which is from Canto 5, where I hope you all know the context, what is going on. There is a Priyavrat. Priyavrat is a center focus now. And his father, Swayambhu Manu, want him to take responsibilities, further responsibility, want him to get married and live. But Priyavrat being practicing so rigidly devotional principle of brahmacharya, so he don't want to leave that role now. And now Swayambhu Manu is seeking help of, and Priyavrat is preached by Narada Muni. And now Swayambhu Manu is seeking help from Brahmaji. So Brahmaji has interfered in the situation that, no, Priyavrat, nothing will happen. You will be, if you execute also, you will never get contaminated by material designation and material affairs. So you please continue. And here it is mentioned that the level of opulence which Priyavrat was about to receive was much greater than any of the son of, coming in the same line. Means they got sun planet, but Priyavrat was getting the rule, kingdom of all planetary system. But there was not a speck of greed in the mind of Priyavrat that, no, I don't want. Very firmly fixed in devotional principle that, no, it is same like for Kumaras, they rejected when, Brahmaji said, why don't you do creation? But they were afraid of the material contamination. So Priyavrat didn't wanted that thing. Now Brahmaji has interfered, so he has to agree. And all Narad Muni is there, Brahmaji is there, Swayambhu Manu is there, and there is one person between, that is Priyavrat. And he's firm. He's very, very firm that I don't want that. Whatever happens, I don't. He's with his devotional aspects, he's trying to reject this offer given by his own father. Now at the other end, his father is also not attached. He's telling, I don't want this kingdom and all. I also want to give, where Priyavrat don't want to take. So both are trying to practice detachment. That is a common thing. Both are trying to practice. One want to give up and other don't want to take up. So the common thing is there. Now the whole this discussion is going on where Swayambhu Manu is calling Brahmaji and Brahmaji is speaking to Priyavrat. In this shloka what happens that Priyavrat get convinced and Narad Muni is able to see that Priyavrat is going and taking charge now. And he has allowed Brahmaji to speak. And where Swayambhu Manu is in the middle, then Narad Muni has preached him. So in front of Narad Muni, in front of preacher, everything is happening, and he's trying to convince his own son that Brahmaji is telling right to follow him. So when I was trying to understand this, that how Narad Muni is very happily allowing Brahmaji, it is not, no. When this conversation is going on, Narad Muni is not speaking in between, first of all. He is not interfering that when Brahmaji is speaking. So I was thinking that how this thing is happening, completely this thing is based on trust. That Narad Muni trusts Brahmaji. When Brahmaji will speak, so he will speak on the benefit, he is not coming in between. So how to, and Priyavart is also trying to trust Brahmaji, that he is thinking about my benefit, because Brahmaji is showing him that nothing will happen, you will be detached always, so you continue. So again there is a factor of trust. And when Swayambhu Manu is bringing Brahmaji to speak to Priyavrat, again there is a factor of trust that he will speak in the lines which I want him to speak. So he is speaking on Grahastha Ashram benefits of that you will be detached. So how to cultivate this trust after so many bad experiences? We repeatedly get bad experiences, and still how to entrust on Krishna. Any want to speak something on this? We all go through some situations, materially, non-materially, or outside people also, inside devotees. So repeatedly sometime our trust is thrashed badly. So how to again that no, Krishna is in the picture, how to come to that level again and again? No, it is Krishna is there. So here Narad Muni has tried his level best to make Priyavrat understand. But when Brahmaji is speaking, he is completely dependent on the Supreme, that okay, it is happening through the order of Supreme Lord. Because one of the previous shloka, 2-3 shloka back, when this thing was happening, Brahmaji comes and tells to Priyavrat that I am not telling anything, it is coming from the Supreme Lord. He said, this is the orders of Supreme Lord, that this is your future. So Narad Muni completely in the control and not reacting at that point. So if we are not in control, we will certainly react. And second factor is that we should have trust on the person who is also practicing bhakti and taking responsibility. Lot of satvikta, lot of goodness is required over there. And Narad Muni ji is not getting emotional. He's detached. He's giving up. Okay, you take Priyavrat. I will not come in between. He's telling Brahmaji, Swayambhu Manu, you take both of them, whatever you're telling is correct. And Narad Muni at the end he is feeling happy when Priyavrat is going to Brahmaji. So a lot of trust factor is required in our devotees association. But after repeatedly experience what to do, and ultimately we have learned through our shastras and so many books of Srila Prabhupada that we need to give best response at that time. So what is the best response and how it comes? So when our mind is cleaned, we can come to the level of goodness. By sincere chanting, we come to the level of goodness. At that time we understand that when to respond and when to react, which is very important. Otherwise, suppose there are two devotees and one devotee is preached by another devotee, and another devotee is also thinking about the benefit of that devotee and taking the responsibility, but in between if there is no trust, then who will suffer? The person in between who is in the middle, he will suffer. But if Narada Muni would have not allowed Priyavrata, then who was suffering in between? Priyavrata was suffering, but Narad Muni is detached. From Priyavrat, he is allowing, okay, Brahmaji is telling right only. And we know the record of Narad Muni. He has made so many brahmacharis. Means we see in the case of Daksha that never it happens once, it happened twice, and it was happening. But this Narad Muni is completely detached. Happily, in front of him it is happening. And one more etiquette which is mentioned over here is that is seeking permission. These all things are happening with the permission of Narada Muni. It is not happening behind. It is not happening with some cunningness or cheating. It is completely happening with permission of Narada Muni. So seeking permission and suggestion is also one of the role which we need to run. And sometimes we say, if this thing would happen, if some devotee comes and say, Prabhuji, okay, Prabhu, you take care, we raise an hand, it's in your hand, whatever you want to do, you can do. But that doesn't work. We have to show through our actions that, Prabhu, you can take. I have trust in you, you take him, no problem. We can't simply say, Prabhuji, ab kya kar sakte hain? Aise haath khada karke. That is not surrender. That is not trust. That means we are, showing our inconvenience also to that person that somewhere I don't agree. But still, you are senior, so you can take, no problem. So, the solution which Srila Prabhupada gives in the purport is that there is only one solution now. To trust someone and to have faith in Krishna at the same time requires a lot of cleanliness in the heart. Lot of cleanliness. And Srila Prabhupada gives a solution that Harinam Sankirtan is a solution that Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So if there are two things, if the trust in the person is not strong but faith in Krishna is strong, still we are saved. We don't trust the person, but there is a faith in Krishna that Krishna will take care, still it is okay. So how to go with this trust factor? Because one of the saying is that having doubts is a sign of intelligence. And when we trust someone, the first thing which comes in the mind is doubt. So how to go, how to balance? I was completely thinking that how to do this. So like there's a accelerator. We have to drive, and there's an accelerator and there is a brake. So doubt works as a brake, and intelligence can again, the trust again, what can help you to accelerate. So trust is an accelerator and doubt is a brake. Now how to balance both? How to deal with, because on daily basis in our office or while allocating services or management, we know that Iskcon means huge management. Huge means huge. So and we have to do services. We have to do something for a spiritual master, and we have our own desire, ichha also, that I want to do book distribution. So many things we want to accomplish as a leader, as a subordinate. So many things we have to accommodate, and we have only 30-40 years. We have very less time. So we struggle in between this trust, doubt, and whom to trust. That also a question. So how to balance that I was thinking. So doubt is a sign of intelligence, but how long we will doubt? How long we'll keep on doubting one person? That I have a doubt, but how long? This person is like this and I have a doubt on him. So how long will continue? Life will become mess if I don't. And Krishna says that you have to be friend to all. You have to deal with that. You have to really think about that person benefit. So, how to give up this? We can't give up. So, only doubting is also dangerous, and only trusting is also dangerous. So, there comes the question of intelligence. And intelligence comes if by Krishna mercy we get cleanliness in the heart, intelligence start working, and that is known as maturity. So first thing which I was thinking that anyone whom you trust will one day disappoint you. And it is certain. It is certain that in some word or some action or on the level of mind, someone will certainly disappoint you. But we expect 100%. And life doesn't come with 100% guarantee. So how the person whom we are dealing with, we can expect that I have 100% faith that he will not break my trust. But that is not possible. Because we are not at that level because we disappoint people. We ourselves disappoint people. So how we can expect other person to never to disappoint us? So here, Narada Muni is not disappointed. No, it is okay. Brahmaji is there. So he is completely agreeing that who is preaching? And what is happening to Priyavrata is what is helping him is only his devotion, his faith. He is putting complete faith in Krishna. And now in front of him, his father is going to Narada Muni seeking, permission. That please give him permission. So we can't trust anyone. We can't trust anyone completely, and we should not doubt someone completely, or we should not trust completely. So it comes with two things are there. One is intelligence and second is experience. So over a period of time, we understand. Because in the beginning, when we come to devotional life, we say they are the pure devotees. Here are the people. They are the people whom I can completely trust. No, it is never going to happen. It has never happened in the history. It is very difficult. Very, very difficult that will not get disappointment. Because we are not at that level. So we deserve disappointment actually. So by experience and lot of intelligence, we can understand that how to balance this doubtful nature, which we have imbibed in ourselves, and how to have trusting nature. We all have a trusting nature also. We trust, and devotees very fast they trust, because a lot of goodness is there now. So the trust happens. ठीक है प्रभु जी बोल रहे हैं, ठीक ही होगा. So over a period of time, with a lot of maturity, which I have personally realized also, being in temple and being with devotees outside also, that we should not expect that that my counselor or my mentor will never disappoint me. They will. But we have to see the higher purpose now, where Narada Muni is able to see that higher purpose, that there is a kingdom and his father is getting old and he need to give up that kingdom, and so you can if there is a higher purpose. So we can tolerate disappointment by keeping the higher purpose in the mind. Okay, some disappointment happen, there is a higher picture, there is a purpose, and it is devotional. It is for Krishna. By mistake something happened and Krishna is in the control. Krishna is taking control of this person. Maybe this person is not in control, but Krishna is controlling. So one day things will get smooth and understanding that we all are conditioned, we all will do mistakes, we can develop this tolerance of disappointment. And it happens sometime when purification process is going on, it happens quite frequently. It happens back to back, back to back, back to back. From here also disappointment, from here also disappointment. So a lot of tolerance is required. Tolerance of disappointment, not the misery, but from the devotee's angle, disappointment will come. So we have to admit that I am imperfect and I should not seek perfection, because there is only one Purnam. And who is that? And there is only one complete, that is Krishna. That is the shloka number in the invocation mantra of Ishopanishad. Right? He is the complete and he is the perfect. So if this someone is disappointing me also, that is also plan of, and that is perfect. And we chant daily Shiksha Ashtakam that Krishna, whatever situation you keep me, last shloka, I still you will be my worshipable Lord. So Krishna will take this, test of disappointments, but still, if you understand, everything is in control of Krishna, and whatever is happening with me is a plan of Krishna, and somebody is thrashing me, or even if somebody is misusing me, is also plan of Krishna. Now, at the same time having faith in Krishna and at the same time seeing the purpose makes us stand rigidly in the devotional life. That there is a plan and there is a purpose, we can stand long in the devotional life. And having faith in the holy name, that maybe this is the what at this point Krishna wants this, and future Krishna may not want this. Things may come in according to my plan. Things are going as per plan of Krishna. In the future, if Krishna wants, it will happen through my plan, which is again very difficult. Disappointment will happen again. So here, lot of maturity is there in this situation among four: Priyavrata, Narada Muni, Swayam Manu, and Brahmaji. They are dealing with lot of maturity, lot of goodness. Satvikta is involved, and that's why everybody is agreeing to everyone. Narad Muniji is agreeing to Brahmaji, and Brahmaji is seeking permission. Both are going, Swayam Manu taking permission from Narad Muni. So lot of goodness is involved, and there is no reaction. There is no sign of reaction. There is only response. So this only I wanted to say. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. You have anything to say or comment? You can please comment. Prabhuji. To gain, we have to trust that person. That we are expecting 100% trust. That is a problem. When we say faith, when we say trust, we immediately come to 100% platform. So we have to admit that some disappointment will be there. And this much is okay. Anyone? Yeah, Prabhu. We react because when we understand that Krishna is not in the control, when we don't have faith that Krishna is in the control of this situation, Krishna is taking control. And sometimes reaction is measured by our capacity of tolerance, that how much we are able to see things clearly, and the temporariness of that thing, that this is quite temporary. Very important that this is seasonal, this is like a season, it will go. So why I should react? I should try to respond. So reaction may happens, but in mind we should be, in the mind when we are in very responsive, when we have a nature to respond to everything. So it is lot of about mental practice than the physical practice. ठीक है. Hare Krishna. Anyone want to add something here, Prabhuji? Premadatta Prabhu, want to say something? Shyam Kund, yes, Prabhuji.
Often, the desires in our mind stop us from trusting others because we want our desires to be satisfied. So, like I said, if Krishna says Krishna will have a plan, I have a wish, how Krishna will manifest the wish, that's a separate thing. And that helps us to bring trust. So more than trust, I think, as you rightly said, trust is towards Krishna and trust is towards our acharyas. But in the general feeling, I think we can take inspiration from Srila Prabhupada, where he empowered. Empowerment means I have trust in Krishna's abilities to give strength to the person.
Yeah.
We don't trust the person, we trust Krishna's plan, abilities, intentions. That
Yeah, that is a nature, that is a quality of a leader, that if he don't put faith in the subordinate, we were discussing one day, right? That person will never come to a platform that no matter, he is putting faith, so I have to bother. There was one devotee, he was into bad habits in office, like smoking or something. And he was coming regularly for the classes in Mumbai. He was telling his own incident. He said, Prabhuji, my mind thinks only when I smoke and take a tea. And at the same time, I was regularly going for classes, chanting. So my Prabhuji hold me once. So one of the formula, not meant for everyone or everyone can do, situational based. So Prabhuji said that you wear Tulsi Mala. You wear Kanti Mala. He was standing 12 rounds and he said, Prabhuji, मैं तो ये सब कुछ करता हूँ. He said, no, I have a faith in you. And since that day, he got a faith that I can also wear Tulsi Mala. So as Prabhuji rightly said that if we want to, because our movement will be preserved, the more leaders we have in our society or sincere practitioners. So that happens only when we put faith in our members and having faith that Krishna has given ability to everyone and devotion, service aspect is very, very strong. He's also chanting holy name. So one day it will happen. So Srila Prabhupada took a lot of chances actually. He took a lot of chances. So to take a chance, a lot of faith is required. Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice.
Prabhu, I have.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So we have told very good example of keeping the 100% trust in Krishna. Another 100% of the trust we can't get in appearance, right? You know, the degree of trust, we told 100% cannot possible. We put 90% because there is a 10% of disappointment. In the example of Hiranyakashipu, Prahalad Maharaj, mother, because he offered the poison to drink. So, but Prahalad is having 100% faith in Narayana. So he drank it. So, and he ultimately saved. So whether he is having a trust with his father or mother, we don't know. But 100% faith in Krishna.
Yeah.
So that's the ultimate.
Yes.
So there is a thin line of
Yeah.
ignorance also there. Like in our situation, material life, there are so many Hiranyakashipus are there who will be keep on feeding the poison to us. So there is a thin line of trust and thin line of ignorance also. So we have to cross that ignorance so that we drink the poison.
Yeah.
Selective thing is always.
And there comes that Satvikta. Satvikta, that practicing devotion is easy. So that thin life that Prabhuji was telling, lot of desires we have. So we can always think from the angle of Krishna and from the angle that of this material world. So this material world is dukhalyam ashashvatam. So lot of disappointment will be there, and so that we can uh, practice devotion in a more intensified way. Otherwise, if no one disappoints also, then the practice of devotion. Yeah. So everything is Lord's plan. Ultimately, when we were reading Ramayana, and it is mentioned in the beginning of Ramayana that everything which is happening in Ramayana is incidental. Everything which is happening, but ultimately, what Lord Ram want is surrender. Everything is incidental. So everything which is happening around us, even the disappointment, is incidental. Ultimately, Lord wants us to depend on Him. Just happening. Everything is just happening, but ultimately Lord wants us to surrender to Him. So in the case of Prahlad Maharaj, so it was an incident through which we remember the devotion of Prahlad Maharaj. It was meant to glorify the devotion of Prahlad Maharaj, not the activities of Hiranyakashipu. So everything is incidental. That how my devotee depends on, me always, Krishna says. That's what he displays through Pandavas also. A lot of disappointment, but still being there. Yeah. So devotee can face any disappointment in sake of Krishna and always being there. ठीक है प्रभु. Yeah. Granthar Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki. So we have some announcements.
महाप्रभु की एकादशी महामहोत्सव की thank you all. A very warm welcome for this morning Sunday feast on an auspicious day. Firstly, before I start the announcement, I would like to thank Grace Amiya Prabhu because it was a practical class. Isn't that beautiful? We came to know a lot of terminology, how to respond, how to respond and not react. Doubting, trusting, intelligence, a lot of experience can be telling to taught us what maturity is, right? But two things he said, which really take away point. I am not perfect. I am not come here to correct others' mistakes, to correct myself. So do not expect perfection and look for Srila Prabhupada's solutions that Cheto Darpana Martin finally, first of all,